Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tosin Oduwole. Everybody here is vice president of your organization, right? All right, so today we're just going to go over, as you can see the title says, effectively operating your student organization according to your e-board position. So we're going to go, basically we're just going to talk about my experience first for the first couple of slides. I was president of my organization, IUFI Fraternity Incorporated, for about a year and a half, and then I stepped down to the vice president position to allow some of the other members to have some experience. So as vice president, everyone basically plays a vital role in your organization. Everybody plays a vital role in your organization. You know, everybody has their roles. I like to say that your organization is like a car. You know, you as the president may be the engine, vice president may be the clutch, transmission, the other members are your tires. Now, when you have a car, even though there are some parts that are more vital, supposedly more vital or more expensive, without the tires, without the most insignificant or so-called insignificant parts, the car cannot function. So you can have a perfect car, a great engine, if you have no wheels, you're not going anywhere. So I like to say that your organization is like a car. Your president is like the head coach. Your VP, which is you all, you guys are the assistant coach. So you guys are responsible for assisting your president, making sure that he's on his, dots his I's, crosses his T's. You want to make sure that anything where he's lacking or she's lacking, or where they're not really able to effectively operate, you're that backup. Okay, so you teach your members the basics of organization participation, how to run meetings, how to book rooms, use CougarLink. CougarLink is very important because you're going to run probably about 90% of all your events through CougarLink, as you probably already know. Getting approvals, booking rooms, and stuff like that. So you just must be very, very well with CougarLink because, as I said, 90% goes to that for it. Must be a very good communicator. You're going to be basically like a teacher. Now, even though you're a student, in this organization, everyone who's under you as a vice president, they're looking to you to see how you're going to run your organization. So you have to be a teacher, and you have to know that things that you do, whether they're small or big, they're looking at you, because whoever fills that position after you leave, they're going to go after what they saw. So your VP roles, assisting the president, you serve as support system to the president and the downline members. You supervise the e-board members, making sure that everybody's on their P's and Q's, your historians, your treasurers, your secretaries. You're basically just making sure everyone's doing their job. You're like a supervisor. You have to establish a strong professional relationship with your chapter advisor. Mine is Alex. So over the years, we've made sure to get really, really close with our advisors. You want to become, their friends. You want to establish a professional relationship as well as a personal relationship. It just works better. VP is also on notice to become the next president should a vacancy occur. So you should know that if your president graduates or transfers to another school, you step into that role. So you have to be ready to take on that role should that occur. Communication. So I'll say communication is the most vital thing. If you have an org that has 15, 20 plus members, you have to make sure that everybody's on the same page. Everybody has to know what's going on. Everyone has to understand each other, be able to work with each other, and that all starts with communication. So whether those are formal or informal meetings, a lot of times we don't have formal meetings. We don't always book rooms. Sometimes we'll be in Von names. We'll be around somebody's car. We'll just talk about what we have to talk about. Also, technology. We use GroupMe. Does everybody know what GroupMe is? GroupMe works wonders. Excuse my French, that shit is beautiful. Okay? If you have like 20 people in your org and it's like maybe 9 p.m. and you just get some new information and you need to tell everybody, you can't really call up everybody. You want to talk to somebody for 20 seconds, they talk your ear off for 5-10 minutes. So with GroupMe, you can drop that in the chat. Everybody gets it. What we do is we say when a message comes in the GroupMe chat, everybody should like it, so that way we know how many people actually saw it. So you want to get your members to acknowledge it that way. So if there's any technology, any social media apps you guys can use that utilize like a private group or a private type of interaction, those are great. And because everybody uses them, everybody has a smartphone, there's no excuse. So maintaining your image. So we are student organizations. We are representing our campus, we're representing ourselves. So you want to make sure that your image is very important. Perception is vital. Memberships must uphold the image of the org's principles. Most of our principles are on community service, brotherhood or sisterhood, things of that nature. You want to make sure that you're actually walking the walk. You know, everybody says, yeah, we're a community service organization, we're a non-hazing organization, that's the fave. You know, you want to make sure you're actually doing what you're saying, because there will be somebody that is looking at you that you don't know is looking at you and they'll be like, hey, I thought you guys were about this, but yet you guys are doing this. So whether on campus, off campus, you just want to always keep that in the back of your mind. Like, people know you. People know who you are. So even if you're not on campus. So your academic obligations, you know, you have to maintain a 2.5, maintain a 2.5. If you want to strive for excellence, go ahead and try to get 3.5, 4.0, but whatever you think is best. Your personal behaviors we just discussed. You don't want to be doing basically, you know, stupid stuff that will come back to bite your ass. Because it will. It's happened to me a couple of times. You want to have active participation in your community service projects. I know there's a ton that you can get involved with. You want to, you know, whether it's feeding the homeless, whether it's clothing the homeless, food drives. I'm pretty sure you guys know there's a ton of them. And then you also just want to brand yourself. You want to brand your image that you want people to look at you. You want to brand yourself nationally. And I'll give you an example. My fraternity now, we're involved in a community service initiative where we bought some land in Newark and we're building a home for a homeless family. So even though we are very interested in helping this family and letting this be a program that we do for years to come, we're also thinking, we also want to brand our organization here at Kean so that people know we're based on community service. And you have to think nationally, and you have to spend money to go national. You can have the smallest community-sized effort. You can reach out to the News 12s, the Star Ledgers, tell them to carry the story, tell them to come and interview some of you guys, and they will. You know, they will. So you want to make sure that you're looking past just Essex County, past the region, past the, you know, the state. You want to think nationally. You want people to know your organization in California. You know, you want people to know who you guys are in Texas. So yeah, business aspects. Most of your organizations are 501c3s, correct? All of them or no? Yes, no? Show of hands. Is your organization a 501c3? It's like it's a non-profit.
Yeah.
I believe most of you guys should. Even if you don't know, it probably is. Okay, so being that you guys are incorporated, you're basically a business. You are a business. You're not just a group on campus that's, you know, throwing events in the theater and strolling or whatever. You're an actual business. You're incorporated. So you want to make sure you have, you know, chapter bank accounts. You guys want to monitor that. You know, have somebody, your treasurer is basically your accountant. Your treasurer should know how much money's in there, how much money's come from your bake sales, or whatever fundraising aspects that you do. You guys want to keep books. You want to, like, you know, basically keep the books of your company because you are a company. And so you may need to understand how to write grant proposals for corporate sponsors outside the campus community. A lot of people don't know, a lot of these businesses out here, they are dying to have causes or nonprofits that they can attach to. You know, number one, they get to write it off on the taxes. It makes their company look good. So you guys can reach out to local companies and say, hey, we're an organization here at Kean. We are doing, I don't know, whatever it is that you're doing that you may need some money for, or that you just may need a corporate sponsor for. Ask them if they'd be interested in that. You know, you can go on Google, you can Google grant proposal templates. And you can get tons of templates that basically have all the mumbo jumbo that you need in there. And you just fill in your org's name, your org address, the contact information. Grants will change the entire way your organization functions. When you have money, real money, I'm talking about $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 that was given to you, you know, you'll be able to do so much more in the community, you'll be able to do so much more on the campus. So far, we've raised, I think, $10,000 in cash and $28,000 in donated services from a plumbing company in Montclair and an architectural company in, I think they're in Mountainside, either Mountainside or Strickland. And so that right there, that's what's basically allowing us to do this project that we're doing. You know, we've been given the resources. And so, oh no, actually, go back. Oh yeah, it's fine. So is anybody here familiar with Robert's Rules of Order? You are? Can you just tell us like a little bit, what is it? Is there anybody else?
Put me on the spot.
Yeah, I gotta put you on the spot. Anybody else?
Isn't it like how you like run a meeting and like call things to order and like get people to like support motions and all that?
So that comes out of like corporate America. That when you go to boardrooms, like Apple, when Apple has a board meeting and they're voting on what they're gonna do, if they're gonna come out with the iPhone 6 Plus or whatever, they run their meetings according to Robert's Rules of Order. If you learn this, I guarantee you, you will have so much more of an upper hand on how to organize your organization, how to run it, and make sure that everything's doing well. People take minutes, there's accurate records. It just changes the entire way your organization runs. There's no more, hey, I have an idea, you just shout it out. No, there's a structure, and that structure is recorded, and trust me, you can Google it, you can download the PDF, it's everywhere. If you haven't heard of it, it's something you need to actually know about. Let's go to the next slide. So so this is one thing that I didn't learn until probably the last couple of years. Student organization unity, whether it's Greek organizations or non-Greek organizations, there's rivalries, we understand. There's rivalries, you know, we stroke better, we get more girls, we throw the best parties, whatever. You need to throw that crap out the window. Because when you look at it, we all came here to do the same thing. We all came here to be productive on our campus. We all came here to, you know, showcase some type of sisterhood or brotherhood. And we all came here to graduate and get degrees, number one. That's why we're here, for education. So you have to know that, look, these other orgs, the other orgs that are on campus, if there's 20 members in one org, there's 15 in another, 30 in another, you guys together, you know, the manpower is just amazing. So, for example, what we've done now, we've teamed up with Omega Psi Phi, we've teamed up with Lambda Theta Alpha, as well as Delta Sigma Theta as of this morning, to help the cause that we have, just because more people just get you to the goal quicker. So if you may have an event for your week, go and ask another org if they want to participate. You know, it makes you look better. It makes you look better. You know how to collaborate with other people. You know how to work well with other people. And it's just better. So you can collaborate on events. You can do joint community service efforts. The collaborations build internal relationships. Even after, I'm sorry, God bless you. Even after, you know, you're done with whatever you're doing.